What it do?
You the man. What's going on?
Man, chill, you already know it's been a long time coming. We back in business, man. What's happening?
Oh man, sitting here getting things together, man.
I, I see. I like the setup. I meant to tell you that. I seen your joint online this morning.
Oh yeah. So I'm basically just trying to get. Hold on one second.
All right.
Yeah, so it's basically just trying to get things situated, man. Get the lighting and everything right, like I need it to be, and from there, everything will be right.
Hell yeah, I like it. I like it. What going on in your part of the world?
Oh man, too much of nothing.
Hey, your man, the little dude still on the run.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, them dudes still. Them dudes still doing what they do, man. You know that they still out here, man.
That
That's
boy
how it
doing.
goes.
Hey, I think he got the record of being the longest one on the run.
I think it's two of them that's still I think it's two of them that's on the run, man.
Yeah, it's two of them left, but your
Yeah.
man is the more popular one with the tattoos in his face.
No, I don't know that cat, man. Well, I don't. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. You know, what I'm saying that you know him. I'm saying in general. Yeah, yeah. I know you don't know that dude, man. They've had them people knocking at your door in a minute.
For real. I don't know that,
uh,
man. I don't know them cats there, but you
Facts.
know they I know. You know, they out the hood, man. Like one of them from out the hood. So I, they know him. Like they know him. He grew up in the neighborhood, man. So the family ties and all that. You dig? So
Mm-hmm.
definitely yeah, man. So they can know him from the neighborhood. He one of the youngest, man. He one of the ones that he like was around. You see what I'm saying? So they
And
got
then
real.
I seen on one of them, did they the girl? I think the girlfriend was hiding the dude. Did they charge her
I think they took a lot of people to jail. Like a lot of
from
them
hiding
dudes.
from hiding the boys?
Yeah, a lot of them dudes went to jail. Like, so a lot of
Ooh-wee.
these people, a lot of the ones that
Yeah,
escaped,
like family members.
yeah, their family members got locked up because
They've been hiding the fugitive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Damn, that's
That's how
crazy.
that go, man. But just think about it, bro. Realistically, you got to look at it from the aspect of if that was one of your people. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just be honest. I find a way to get them some money, but I can't bring them to the house and you know what I'm saying, huh, man?
no,
Let me
you
drop
can't
this
bring them,
off
but they still gonna come lock you up for sending them money. Yeah, they gonna
for
find
real.
out that you sent them some money, and that's support.
You know what I'm saying? Like underground, like, hey man, be at such and such. I'm gonna drop this off, and I'm gone.
And that's enough to get you locked up.
That's crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely enough to get you locked up. So that's just how that go, man. But again, if that's one of your people, or one of them your people, man, you gonna look out. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
The first the first instinct gonna be to look out.
Exactly.
Cause
Right.
you
That
not
long
thinking
term, like I'm gonna get caught or somebody gonna rat me out.
right. You ain't thinking like that. You thinking like, man, well, that's my people, man, and
Facts.
I'm gonna look out for my people. You see what I'm saying? And when you do that, you
They
caught
gonna
in.
get you. That when they gonna nab you.
That's when they gonna nap you.
Then look, what I about to say? Oh yeah, with the internet, I don't think it's a good look for them to keep getting on the internet like that because they tracking them from the IP address.
Man, I don't know. They if he the one that's doing that, the person that's doing that, then I don't know, man. I think he should know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, because
he can
that
stay
he
away.
probably he ain't get locked up. The one who been letting them broadcast.
Man, I don't know if that's him or that's somebody. I don't know because I don't know him.
That's
So
crazy.
I don't know him, so I don't know. I don't know what aspect that is. But the other guy that escaped,
He ain't been heard from. Ain't nobody heard from him.
I know a few of them, right? I know a few of them from, you know, family and stuff. Cause like I said, we all basically from the same hood, so they come from the hood in between the Ninth Ward and the East. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of know, you know a few of them. Like Dave, but man, say, bro, it's crazy because, man, that's crazy. You'll help them, bro. Like you'll help them because that was your people. But at the end of the day, you get jammed up helping them, then they can't help you. You see what I'm saying?
Right?
So,
Hey, you know, hey, everything flushed down the drain. You done lost your job. You done lost the money coming in just because you tried to help somebody.
Right, just because you try to help somebody, but I think that's a tactic that the law enforcement are using.
Yeah.
For it's like, you know what, to put the fear in anybody help them, y'all get locked up off the dump. You see what I'm saying? So if you help them, you going down. But it's like, well, damn, man, I ain't messing with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's what people will do. And then you can flush them out from there because if they don't have no support, they don't have nobody willing to help them. Where they gonna
That's true. You in a corner like a rat trying to get out of a cage.
Yeah, you like
out
a rat.
Trap.
You like a rat trying to get out of a cage, man. And from, you know, like, but closeness. One of the dudes, you know, the Grove, he, you know, he a youngin from out the hood, man. And the hood really love him. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though he did what he did, and you know, it is what it allegedly he did what he did.
So and with that type of love, anybody can be trying to help him. It might not be a family member. It might be somebody you ain't even expecting.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But I think he's smart enough to know to lay low and chill out, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy the freedom. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the story, you look at the fact that, all right, he got 2 life sentences.
Oh, the dude with the tattoos on his face?
No, the one with the tattoos. No, not him. Grove dude, Grove.
He got 2 life sentences?
Yeah, he got 2 life sentences for 2 murders. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So, well, he got 2 life sentences allegedly for the murders, and he facing 2 more murder charges.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So on paper, he got 2 life sentences on paper. You see what I'm saying?
So he on some, hey, my man on some, they never take me alive type.
Wait, he don't have 2 life sentences. He have 1 life sentence on paper. You see what I'm saying? On paper, he already been convicted of 2 murders.
Okay, so he facing another charge.
And he facing 2 more murders. You see what I'm saying? That is a total of 4 murders, supposedly. You dig? So he already got sentenced for 2, which resulted in him getting a life sentence. Right?
Right. Is it all the same? Is everything connected, or these different incidents?
There's different incidents.
Oh, so, that boy was a hitman or something.
You know, bro. I don't know. This allegedly. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right. Come on, man.
This allegedly. So, however it is, the facts is you got a life sentence on paper. Now, whether you actually committed these crimes or not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, you know, that ain't something
you wasn't there.
About. But allegedly you did, and they convicted you for it.
Exactly, right. So, and then look at this. Life down there, is it 25 years or is 20 you still get out, or?
Life is life. You know what I'm saying? Life is life.
But you know what I'm saying, right? They changed the laws or something.
Not no more. That's not that. Life is life. You get life, you got life. You see what I'm saying? So,
well, look here.
That's the way that is now. So just think about it. Just think about it. If you sitting back there, right? You sitting in prison, you got a life sentence. Right. You already got a life sentence. You're facing 2 more charges that could potentially give you another life sentence.
Come on, man.
And you get a way out.
I ain't going back.
You see what I'm saying? You get a way out. So I'm gonna take that way out.
I ain't going back.
Right, but the thing about taking that way out, you gotta think like, well, damn, man. If I get caught, if I cuff up and they bring me back, then I'm never gonna see the street again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Not only am I never gonna see the street again, I'm gonna be locked down so tight up in there to where I thought I was locked down tight the first time. This time they gonna put me somewhere where
they're gonna put that boy in the they're gonna put him in the basement under the jail. Shit, boy, look here. Big Dez, what's good, fam?
What's going on, man?
Man, what's good with you?
Nothing. Dealing with this cold.
Yeah, I just now got over my joint. Well, I'm getting over it now.
Yeah.
How you feeling,
What's going
fam?
on?
Man, you
I'm
already
feeling
know
all
how
right.
you feeling.
I'm doing good, man. Feeling better.
That's good. What going on in the political world?
Well, you know, Trump trying to start a war with Iran. I mean, you know,
Oh, you think
that's
so?
basically what's going. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
You can see
He
me.
say,
Yeah, I can see you.
All right.
they said something about Israel trying to kill him. So they want to.
Oh, you said Israel trying to knock off Trump?
Hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I ain't on the political stuff. So I don't know.
I
About
know, right? No, that's why I brought him in. My man, he political.
that. All right. Yeah.
Hello? No.
Yeah.
My headphone put out. Hold on.
Yeah, your signal bad, fam. Say it again.
Yeah, I'm about to go in and come back out. Give me a second.
All right, cool. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The boy said hello. Hey, but anyway, so talking about what we were talking about before your thing got cut off?
Oh yeah. So the dude, man. So just think if you sitting there and you have,
Oh yeah, life.
you know, and you already have life and you get away
And you
out.
escape, and then they recapture you.
So if they recapture you, you know you going. You know what I'm saying? Your security level gonna be so
Going high
high.
and extremely high. Then you gotta think he done made them people look bad too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He done escaped them, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So just think about it. Just think realistically for a second, right? So just say if you in that situation. Now I'm faced with a decision. Do I cuff up and go back? Or do I, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, there ain't no going back. You heard what I said. They never take me alive. I'm getting high with my 4-5.
But you know what I'm saying? That sound good until you faced in that situation.
No, I'm saying you think that man want to go back?
Man, I hope. I don't
That
know.
man lying to shoot it out with the police, bro. That man ain't going back to jail, dog. Trust that.
See, that's what scared me about the type of situation. The way you think, and that's how the average police may think.
Oh yeah, right. So they might shoot him just without him.
Right.
He might
So
want to go back and they just shoot the man.
Right. If I ain't looking at it like this here, and I'm like, man, you know, I ain't trying to die. You see what I'm saying? Then you lay up there and you say, well, bro, you shoot me up because you think that this what I'm on. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which is a tough decision. To make because, you know, do I want to go to the graveyard or go back to the penitentiary? Do I want, like Jay-Z said, you make a man die breathing, it's nothing. You make a man die bleeding, it's nothing. You make a man die breathing, then you're saying something. You see what I'm saying? Do I sit back there for the rest of my life, let you die, kill me slowly, or do I just go ahead on and end it all right here? Because at the end of the day, that's the two roads that you face with. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'd be like, man, I'm going to lay low and chill as long as I can chill. You see what I'm saying? If I can stay out the way, I'm going to stay out the way and enjoy this freedom that I have. You see what I'm saying? For whatever time I have left with it. Because I don't know what the outcome of this situation going to be. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That boy might be in Mexico, but not Mexico. That boy, that man probably in Israel somewhere, wherever you can get. He need to be out there with Russell Simmons at.
Man, you know you need money for that.
I know, right?
You see what I'm saying? You need one thing about being on the run, man. You need
so he probably hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, you need a whole lot of money to be on the run.
Yeah, I know. And you know me, and it's funny you say that because I'm talking in like movie talking, not real life. Real life is he ain't even got no passport. How you gonna get on the plane?
how you gonna get on the plane? You see what I'm saying? You don't have the resource, them type of resources.
Exactly.
To
Or
get you.
if you're gonna need to know a pilot, and a pilot can probably fly you in the private plane, but you gotta pay him.
Man, not only do you need that, you need a bunch of resources. You need money. You need to know people. You need to get connected on a whole different level. And when you get there, you got to be able to hide out.
Somebody got to hide him out when he get there.
Yeah, man. So it's
But
different.
you saw what I just did though, right?
What's that?
With the reality versus fantasy.
Right. You see
and we just watching online. So
for
hey
me,
man, he should have went to Mexico or Bali or wherever where Russell Simmons at. But reality is he ain't got the money, he ain't got the resources. When he get there, you know what I'm saying?
Like I can't speak on his financial situation or if he's, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's true. We don't know what that man got.
Right, just off the fact that the average nigga from the hood
ain't got that.
Don't have them type of resources and have that type of money. You see what I'm saying? Especially to be able to run and not have no money coming in. You see what I'm saying? You got to have a whole different setup to be able to run like you talking about running.
And then you got to think too, when you go in them people country, you gotta break bread.
Exactly. You see
they know you on the run.
Because you don't want to end up in no Mexican jail.
Come on, man.
See, that's a whole different level. So
that's a whole nother level. You sure know what to say, boy.
So once you face with these type of situations, how does it affect your decision making? Because this is a real life situation. Like for me, right?
Right.
I watched him grow up. You see what I'm saying? I didn't watch him grow up from a little kid.
Hold on, the second one?
Yeah, so I didn't watch him grow up from a little kid. I actually, you know what I'm saying, I've been around him a lot.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and watching the way that he grew up and to what he became, to what he get accused of doing, that I can see the path. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I know his background, so from what allegedly he done.
Right.
The public now view him as a monster.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So, hey man, you got a life sentence, you got 4 murders, you killed 4 people, you know, you're a monster. Not looking at what created that monster.
Monster, right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, this go back to the environment.
Facts.
It go back to your upbringing.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? This go back to the people that may try to help you. You see what I'm saying? It's some of the same people that may have contribute to what you became. You see what I'm saying? Unknowingly.
That's a bad predicament to be in right now, bro.
Right. So when you look at, that's why it's more of a thing to me on a personal level. You see what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Because it's scary, man. You see what I'm saying? To be in that situation. Most people look at it from the outside view of it. I'm looking at it from, okay, if I was in that situation, you see what I'm saying? If that was me, that's a hell of a decision that you make because the police are against you.
Shit, everybody against you at that point.
You see what I'm saying? The police are against you. They making up stories on the internet that's saying, oh, the people that you did this to are the are the family members of the officers that killed your grandmother. You know what I'm saying? When in all actuality, that's not the truth. But that's the narrative that's being pushed over the internet.
Exactly.
So if that narrative is being pushed over the internet, then as a police officer, you go to thinking he got a vendetta against police officers. You see what I'm saying?
So that's some shooting on sight type of thing, no questions asked.
That's some shoot on sight type stuff. You see what I'm saying?
And you gotta think too, they do that anyway. Man got his hands up, they still end up shooting. Come on, man.
Now they have an excuse to shoot because you're classified as a full-time murderer. This is what they putting in the media.
And then you got to think behind the scenes, we don't know if the phone call was made to say, hey, look, if y'all see him, terminate on site. We ain't got time for that. We don't know what them people
so
just
imagine being in that situation. That's a hell of a situation
bro.
That guy.
I was talking to my coworker. He was just talking about a little incident, something small. But he like, man, I couldn't sleep. But he got it fixed. But that wasn't this.
Right. So
this boy probably ain't even slept since he hit the, you know what I mean?
Man, so people might be looking at it like, oh man, you chilling somewhere, you laid out, you free, you not in jail. Nah, man, that don't work like that. Every second, every hour, every minute of the day, you stressing like a mug, man. Right. Listen, bro, I was wanted for the last little incident, right? So when my co-defendants went down, they were saying, hey, bro, your name was mentioned in court.
Right.
So when they get back to me that my name was mentioned in court, on the surface, I was cool as a mud. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my girl, like, she panicking. I'm telling her, man, look, I'm good. You ain't got to worry about that, man. I'm good. But she don't know. I ain't eating the whole week. You heard me?
See what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I'm smoking blunt after blunt. I can't even get high. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the only thing on my mind is, man, them people finna come get a nigga. You see what I'm saying? I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't get high. Only thing I'm doing is hoping that this never take place. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
But when they got me, it was like a weight off my shoulder. Like, all right, boy, that got to be, and I wouldn't even face with what he faced with. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what he faced with got to be 10 times, 100 times worse than what I was faced with, but I just got a little feeling.
A little leeway.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So in his situation, man, I already got life. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to see the street again anyway. So, shit, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a decision at this point.
Now you see why we're here.
Man, that's a hell of a thing to do. But for me, I always look at the mental side of things.
Absolutely.
Like I say, I watched him grow up. From a kid to when he went to jail. You see what I'm saying?
We don't know what that man seen or heard or what, you know what I'm saying? What type of upbringing he had.
I know exactly what he's seen and heard growing up.
But you don't know what he saw as an adult, a young adult.
So on average, we know that the subconscious mind is pre-programmed. You see what I'm saying? So before you were able to develop who you were, who you could have become a better person, you was already pre-programmed with so much negativity that came from your environment.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So if you around people that kill, rob, steal, and this is the conversation that they having in the living room while you present in the room as a child, you see what I'm saying? You hear, oh, this happened, that happened, such and such did this. Oh, don't be like that. He's scary. He the one that's bought it. So you grow up with all this confusion in your brain. So you have to become somebody that's the program you to become.
Exactly.
In order to thrive in this environment.
And that's why I was just going to say the program is the actual environment that you come up in.
Right. So in order to survive in this environment, you have to become something that you either going to be this or you going to be that. You see what I'm saying? So,
like that conversation we were having yesterday about your belief system and the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What I was thinking more or less like yesterday, I was just doing like a practice run. Like more or less any negative thought that entered my mind, I was replacing it.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, don't say this. Think like this. Don't say that. Let me think about this. You see what I'm saying?
And the hardest thing is to get rid of the default mode.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because the default mode is so strongly there to where and this in the case of, because allegedly he was accused of, the victims were also from the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So this is a no-win situation for the neighborhood because as the environment made you a victim and the environment made you a suspect.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what those type of growing up in those type of environments do. But for me, now with the new mind frame that I have, I'm able to see it from a different perspective. So
Right.
I can take you and may have raised him in another environment. He don't turn out the way that he turned out. You don't have a life sentence. You didn't allegedly kill all these people. You're not on the run right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
These people are still alive. But the environment that you raised in makes you either a suspect or a victim. So you don't want to be a victim. You choose to be the suspect. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But now, when all of this happened, what's your present mind state? Do you feel, you may feel guilty. You may feel remorse for what happened, what took place. You know what I'm saying? What you're allegedly accused of doing. So you now your thoughts may be different, but it's over. This thing like is over. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna forgive you. They're not gonna find you not guilty. You see what I'm saying? Man, it's a hard thing to deal with, bro. And it's all because of what it all boils down to, what you were surrounded by. And I'm talking about the whole neighborhood. I'm not just talking about certain people. You see what I'm saying?
Which one is that? What ward?
It's in the Ninth Ward.
Oh, that's Ninth Ward.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now the thing is, his grandmother, right? His grandmother was killed by a police officer before he was born. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The police officer put a hit out on his grandmother and got her killed. She was nothing but like 30 years old at the time.
Mm.
So just imagine what you growing up hearing.
About your grandma
up seeing.
and the police.
How come on, man? Did you stand a chance?
No, not at all.
Did you stand a chance at becoming anything other than what you accused of becoming?
I guess it was the environment he grew up in, though, bro.
It's always the environment.
Yeah, he could have did something with his life besides, you know what I'm saying? But
what's the chances?
Slim to none.
The chances, but you swimming upstream, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You swimming against the waves from the beginning. You swimming upstream.
Slim to none.
You don't even know how it feels to swim with the waves.
Right, he's swimming against the current.
All your life. You see what I'm saying? You've been swimming against the current.
That's crazy, bro.
Never even saw a real reason as to I can turn around and go with the waves and it'd be much easier. You see what I'm saying? But that's how it goes sometimes. It happens that way, but it's always because of the environment and what you was raised around, what programmed you. It's hard, man. So I kind of think about it like that, and that's why I think about it all the time. Because, like I said, you saw these people. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You saw you know what I'm saying. You saw the victims and the suspects. They saw each other. You see what I'm saying? Plenty of times before whatever happened take place, and that's what makes this thing a scary situation to be in, man. But I don't look at it as being all joy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no celebration because, man, that got to be a scary thing to deal with. Because
let me ask you this. You think, but I know you probably ain't even been following that trial. You think the boy gonna go guilty or not guilty?
I don't even know, bro. They're a whole different breed, man. I know one thing. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I know one thing. Ain't nobody else like him in the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, he on some other. I don't even know if he go to jail or not. You hear me? It's confusing, man. I don't even know if you a monster though, for real.
No, hey,
bro. That girl said that man made her have sex for 30 hours, bro. Bro.
That's what. That's like a day and a half, ain't it? A
Bruh.
day and six hours.
Man, ain't that many busting nuts in the world, boy. Like,
Hey,
he had to be
look,
crying,
boy
man.
said they used to have the you know, the little IV machine.
Man, so you need help. You heard me? Say, but you know how. And then look, this is the funny thing. Everybody on drugs and alcohol, so they high, they loaded. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So once he finished, he done already beat your back out. You heard me?
Exactly.
You got a whole fresh nigga right here. He like on the sidelines doing jumping
Yeah,
jacks,
right.
you heard me?
Push-ups and all.
Yeah, man, he ready to come. And you ain't never got no
Like,
reset.
look, tag team wrestling.
Yeah, man, and you ain't never got a reset. You don't even have no partner. You got to fight both matches on your own.
Uh-huh.
Nah, bro, that's a different level, man. So I don't even know what the charge gonna be.
Yeah, that's true. Then,
Not
from my
granted.
understanding, because at the end of the day, what it's gonna boil down to, the juror. One juror can say not guilty.
No, that's just a mistrial.
Or one juror say,
Yeah, that'll be considered a mistrial. So
so if it's a mistrial, then what? They gotta try him again.
yeah, you gotta I think you're able to get like 2-3 mistrials before it is a dismiss.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, like I don't even know if Buddy, man, I don't even know, bro. Buddy, man, I don't know who the worst out. Who? All right, let me ask you something. Who would you rather let go, R. Kelly or P. Diddy?
Kelly charges he ain't seen. I don't fucking know,
Man, it's not. R. Kelly did what he did to kids, some children,
But
right?
P. Diddy, that boy went a whole nother level,
Man,
like you said.
P. Diddy took it to. So I don't even know which one of them. That's just a mess.
You know that boy I think they gave him the wrong medication or something. He OD'd.
Yeah, that allegedly that's what they say.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? But you don't know, man. That even all of those situations that we just talked about, for me, it comes with some mental stuff going on because
Yeah, but you remember Kelly said when he was young, the babysitter or something used to, you know, touch him or whatever the case may be.
So even if you look at, all right, go back to Diddy's situation.
He didn't grow up around black people. He grew up.
Let's look at what he grew up around. He
grew up in like another, like, remember, dude went to an all boys school.
Right. So let's look at the fact that he wanted to be in the music business.
Absolutely.
So he became an intern at one of the biggest record companies they had at the time, right?
Right.
Imagine what he saw, being 17, 18, 19 years old. Them people they taking you on these private jets, showing you the most beautiful women in the world. So, man, and you get, I wanted to do music at one point in my life when I was young. You as well.
Facts.
You would have went to a Diddy party or he came and said, trust, man. You wouldn't have went.
That's it. Stuff like that scare me, man. When I can't sleep at night, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, check this out. Now he come to you. You want a record deal. You want to be in a record business.
Right.
You get a call from P. Diddy that's not like your music. I like how you doing your thing. I want to come pull up on you. We come pull up on you, right?
I ain't gonna lie. Before the internet, I'm there.
That's what I'm saying. Before the internet.
I'm going.
He would have.
I ain't gonna lie.
He'd have showed me 3 of the beautifulest women I ever saw in my life and said, man, they gonna be at the party. And one of them act like she like me. I'm going to the party, man. I'm going to meet her at that party. No doubt.
Look, at that party, I'm walking through mingling. Let me run this by you. I'm walking through mingling. They chilling, whatever. Damn, what cousin them at? Oh, they in the back room. So I'm like, oh, in the back room, they doing what? They got some girls back there. I'm the type. Let me see. And what they doing? Oh, hell no. I'm out of here, dog. Man, fuck the party. I'm out of there, dog.
Yeah,
once I would have seen something that it don't match my Nah, dog, I'm out
All
of here.
right, so if you see,
I'm talking about like all the men on men and all that, bro. I ain't
but you
know,
probably
bro.
wouldn't even
I'm
saw
out
all
of here,
that in the
man.
beginning. This your first time coming to the party. You ain't even see
And
all
I
that.
see something that it
But you
don't
ain't
match
see
what
all
I
that.
got going on. I'm gone, bro.
You ain't see all that though. What you
No, I
saw
said
was
when I went to the back room and and I would have peeked in that door and I would have said, "Oh shit, what these niggas? Oh man, I'm out of here, dog."
yeah,
Straight up.
what I'm saying is just imagine if you went your first party, right?
Yeah.
You don't see all that.
Yeah, see, that's different.
When you leave the party next day, whatever, next 3 days, man, you know what, bro? Man, I got you a shot, man. You gotta put Jay-Z on the remix of your new song, man, and woo, you blow up. You see what I'm saying? Now you got a career off this here. The next party you go to.
I see where you going with it. Because see what
I'm
happens
saying?
is I think they'll lure them, they'll reel them in, and then they
Yeah.
feel like you owe me something now.
You gonna feel like that is reciprocity. You gonna feel like that anyway. You gonna be like, "What, damn, man?" Now you go to thinking, if I don't come here,
I'm loyal.
then I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't get.
I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with it.
I don't get this big movie deal.
Right.
Not only that, he got money, so he was already on people that's editing videos and stuff. They done sent you if he'd called you and said, "Trust, boy, you was a wild boy at that party last week. Boy, you was a wild boy." You
and
don't
I don't
know
remember.
You don't remember? And they send you the video and you ain't gave this some stuff because they didn't edit it together and make you look like you own some stuff that you ain't. And that's gonna play with your head. Again, it's mental.
And I don't want this to get out to the public.
You don't want this to get out to the public. You know what I'm saying? You keep it on the hush. With
Right.
everything you saw, keep it on the hush because you was involved, so leave it alone. You messed up in the head, man. You won't say no. You know what I'm saying? You want to say no to the next one, but you can't. And they got you.
Right.
So if it's going down like that, then yeah, man, you deserve to be in prison, man, because you messing with some people and got them people doing that's down bad.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But again, it's your fault as well because what you're doing is you taking the Now what you're doing is you laying up there mentally messing me up. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
Hey, but again, you was chasing the dream. You wanted the spotlight. You danced with the devil. You see what I'm saying? And he gave you what you wanted. So now, is it even exchange?
But shit, when you put drugs and when you mix drugs, because I used to get high. You feel me? So man, ain't no telling what you would do when you ain't in your right mind, bro.
And the thing about it is the mindset that you was in before that. You wanted the fame, you wanted the notoriety,
the money, the cars, everything, the trips.
It come with a cost. It came with a cost for him.
But I'm saying, you know what? Now that we sitting here talking about this, but now that I done got older and I'm like more mentally tapped in, like a lot of that stuff now, when I was younger, that's what it was about. We want the fame, we want the money, the notoriety. I want it all. You feel me? But now, like as I'm older, I think I want more peace than anything.
Yeah, but yeah, now, especially with seeing all this stuff, you more cautious about anything.
No, I'm saying you can offer me $1 million right now.
Because
you can't just give me. I ain't rolling, dog.
Only because your mental capacity is different.
Right.
Again, we talk about the pre-program. You get rid of the pre-program and you're reprogramming. Now you being in control of your own thoughts. You being in control of your own actions. You're not looking at it like, I just want the bling bling.
And look, and I like to sleep good at night too.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to compromise certain stuff because now you're aware. Again, and we can go back to the conversation that we were having before. Do you make the same decision even with the little guy, right? Whatever your decisions were prior to this, do you make the same decisions now that you're an adult?
Oh, you talking about from when I was younger?
You don't make those same decisions, right?
No.
when we go back to the previous conversation with those little dudes, that those guys that escaped from prison down here, whatever they did to get to this point, are they thinking different? Are they thinking different now that, man, I got a life sentence? I went through the process of going to court, I saw how these people maneuver, I saw how this worked. Now they gave me a life sentence and they locked me up for the rest of my life. Am I thinking different? Even though I can't go erase what happened, now I don't have the chance to make better decisions.
But I also heard this too. You know, like when you go to prison and you do a lot of time, don't time stop. Like if you go in 93,
it stop if you let it stop. As far as
I'm just saying for the mental state, because now I know they got the internet and laptop. I mean, you know, they got computers in there.
It's two things. For me, it's two things you can do if you end up in prison. Prison can be prison or it can be college. For me, myself, my time spent in prison, I used it as college. I'm the smartest person in the world when I go to prison. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't stop my motion. As long as I'm on the street, I can move and run around and do stuff and get high and do that. I'm not going to no libraries, reading no books and doing all this stuff here. You sit me down in that prison, I need them books in the library in order to keep my mind free, or I might lose it up in here. I'm not a jailhouse type of dude.
So I got a question. Look at what you just said. You just said, follow me now. And it's a question. And it's an unbiased opinion. You said, when I'm on the streets, I'm going to be running wild, doing this here, doing that there. But when I'm in prison, then I don't mind going to the law library. I don't mind reading books. I don't mind doing this here. This is a question. Why does the average young black male, the ones that's going to prison, it seemed like they got to be sat down to get more productive? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Because a lot of dudes, they do go to prison, write books, them boys get active. And when they come out of prison with a new mindset, they take off. Some of them, you know what I'm saying, the productive ones. But why do you got to be sat down to be productive? Why you can't be productive on the streets?
For me, it was because, again, it goes back to the pre-program. You see what I'm saying? The program don't change unless you change it. So if I go to prison and I engage in the board games, playing dominoes, playing spades, and domino, nigga, and all that, and the sports on TV and all that, then you doing dead time.
Facts.
The only thing, you mentioned something, you said do time stop. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you know, like, you might see a dude, remember, I just used Jerome for Martin. Remember, I just use him as an example, but see how he still dressed as 2025, but he dressing like back in the 60s.
I ain't never saw that. Now, that's different because
but I'm saying, you done seen somebody in 2025 still dressing like they in 1990?
But right now, just think if you got a dude that went to jail in the early 90s, right?
Right.
The pre-program that taught him, men don't wear no tight clothes like that. Men don't wear no purses.
But he ain't gonna do that anyway, though.
Right, but so when he coming out of prison, his mindset is still the same. He going to get some baggy pants. Because he not with this new stuff.
Exactly.
That go against the pre-program. You see what I'm saying? So now when he get home, you gonna see him in Walmart. You gonna be able to tell. You gonna be like, damn, his whole demeanor show that he just got out of prison. You see what I'm saying? Or he been off the radar for the last 25 years. That's why when he get back, soon now when you see him 3 years, 2 years into him being home, you're gonna see him with some fitted jeans on, and now you can't go shopping. They don't sell that stuff no more.
That's true too. You think so?
I know so, because when I got out, I wasn't with the new style of dress. I didn't want to put that, man. I'm not wearing that.
Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not finna wear no skinny jeans. I'm not finna do that, man. No, because that went against. I was taught that women wear tight pants
skinny
like
jeans
that.
and purses.
Yeah, I'm
the
still
thing.
not gonna wear
Yeah,
no purse.
man.
I don't care how. I ain't wearing no purse. No, they even look like a purse. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But look,
And,
check it out. You remember windbreakers?
yeah.
Remember you could fold it up into a pouch, and then they had the
No, I ain't never.
windbreakers.
No, I don't remember that. I ain't never.
Man, you know you could remember the windbreaker with the zipper in the front. The zipper. Remember you could fold it up.
I ain't never did nothing like that.
I know you ain't never did it, but that's if you go back and look at an old windbreaker, and you will see it got the little zipper thing in the front, and then you could turn. They had the little. You don't use it as a purse, but it was designed for you to fold it up and turn it into like a little miniature, like a little rectangular shaped thing.
It got scrap. It had a scrap.
It had like a scrap on it, but it wasn't.
Put on your shoulder.
It wasn't for that. I don't know what that scrap was for. I'm gonna find out.
Listen,
but that's true.
My pre-program kick in default mode tell me don't wear nothing like that. Similar to that. So I ain't even going nothing similar to that. But starting from what we was talking about,
right?
When I'm in that type of environment, it's a controlled environment. See, I can't do what I want to do. So by me doing what I want to do, I'm forced to do something to occupy that time. So I never learned how to play dominoes. I never learned how to play spades. I never watched the TV. You see what I'm saying? I ain't interested in none of this stuff. So to free my mind, I begin to read books. I begin to hang around the people that's doing constructive things in here. So I begin to read. I begin to educate myself. I begin to learn more. So then I begin to take every program that's self-help. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me ask you this, though. You know how some cats might go, like they might go gangbanger, they might go Muslim, or they might go, how does that work?
All of that's a part of it. Like for me, like I came into this thing with a Christian belief. You know what I'm saying? But then I began to study with the Muslims. So as I began to study with the Muslims, my brain opened up more.
Yeah, so fact. Your mental gonna open up. It just like it said, how does let's say one of these young dudes right now, they get locked up, about to do 20 years. They don't know nobody in there. What's gonna make him go to the gang or to the Christian or to the Muslim side?
Depending on that individual. Like I said, some dudes gonna go in there and go gangbang. Some dude, and sometimes that going gangbang is to hide something that you dealing with internally. Right. You see what I'm saying? Some dudes act out in violence. Some dudes, some dudes lay back and chill. But if you go in there and you have to do that time, you got to do that time and not let that time do you. You see what I'm saying? So the best way to do that time, is to re-educate yourself. I tell this to anybody. You got the time now. Go in there, re-educate yourself. So when you do return back to society, you don't have to do the same things that you were doing. But again, that devil, I ain't gonna say that devil, I'm gonna say that default mode, like me and you talked about. And when I talk about the default mode is the pre-program that was programmed into your subconscious without you even knowing it. You see what I'm saying? So you go through a pattern of events, right? That pre-program will still sit there and wait for you when you come home. Because guess what happened when you come home?
What?
Before you get there, you start to look at the TV. The TV show you these nice cars. You think every woman out there bad like you see on TV. You know what I'm saying? You think all of them look like that.
Yeah.
You think all of them fine like that. You think all of them pretty. They ain't got no problems. That's how you think. When you get out there, you go to seeing other women. You go to seeing cars. Your partner got cars. They look like they balling. Your partner over there got a Rolex. The girls on them. Now even though you told yourself for the last 10 years, man, I ain't going out there selling no dope and doing all that stuff. But now you here. You didn't forgot about all that. You see what I'm saying? You home now. So now you see that Rolex your partner got. He got a new car, and he telling you, man, you sitting around here talking about going to work at Popeyes, man. You crazy. You better. I went to prison 3 times. 3 times. Each time, 4 times. The first 3 times I came home and done the exact same thing. It was the last time when I realized that, hold on. man, you know what? This ain't what I want to do. I don't want to live the rest of my life like this. I don't want to come here no more.
Exactly.
So to avoid coming here, this is one of the reasons why I make the content that I make now. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know the first thing about how to get 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 followers. I don't know all that. Only thing I know is I don't want to sell no dope, and I don't want to.
Hey man, you sure know what to say, boy.
Listen, bro.
You damn
So
sure know what to
if I
say.
can if I can take the knowledge that
And
I've
apply that to the
gained
technology.
and put it to good use to where I can help, like you said, these little dudes to stop from going, and it go back to what we started talking about in the beginning.
Right.
I didn't watch these little dudes are they're in a different age bracket than I am.
Absolutely.
So I watched them grow up to go to the same place where me and their daddies went. You see what I'm saying? Because me and their daddies was in the penitentiary together. They was little kids. Now they on the run for escaping, and they got murder charges and life sentences and all
Hey
that.
man, ain't that crazy? Like when I be saying, it sounds funny, but it's real. Man, they sentencing these young cats to the afterlife, dog.
Yeah, because bro, it's real. And granted,
That's a lot of time, bro.
Yeah, but some of them have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? Some might have to go that route.
Why you say that?
Because that's what teaches you. I look at myself and I say, man, had I not gone to prison, I can't do what I'm doing right now with you.
Right.
The confidence wouldn't have been there.
Your mindset wasn't there either.
The mindset wouldn't have been there. You see what I'm saying? Now
you trying to go bust a play real quick.
Right, we could have got on here and I could have told you how to cook some crack. You see what I'm saying? I could have told you how to listen, man. This is what you got to do. You get your $50, go buy your $50 half. You break that down. You cut your 8 dimes off there. You go out there. Don't try to make the 100. Make the 80. Once you make the first 50, you go score you another $50 half. Now you're gonna have $160. You go buy your take the 60 to the side. Go buy your $100 slab. You know what I'm saying? I
ain't gonna lie, boy. That was one drug I just couldn't get with it. Like I tried, man, but them crackheads running off with the money.
That was all part of the thrill for me.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'd been in jail, dog.
But I could have explained that to you good. You see
but I'm just saying, I had mother calling you at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and they wanted you gotta move now. And I'm like,
we was outside. We was outside at 2.
I mean, I'm saying we wasn't.
Yeah, we was out there. Yeah, we
wasn't outside. Well, I wasn't outside like that. It was more closed in and organized. You know what I'm saying?
We was on the block 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it ain't like that out here.
So coming from that type of mindset to the mindset I have now, I'm saying, hey man, you ain't gotta sell no dope, man. They got other ways for you to
get money, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like prison ain't all bad if you find yourself in there. Because a person went to prison and they found God and they turned Muslim. But see, that's how God works. See, sometimes you be running so much and doing so much to where God put stuff in your pad to get your attention and you ignore it. Right. So he said, you know what? I'm going to take you and put you in a controlled environment. This is how I feel he did me. I'm going to put you in a controlled environment where you can't get away from me. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm going to speak to you in the quiet of the nighttime when lockdown come and everybody quiet and you sitting in there, can't go nowhere, and you only dealing with your own thoughts. See, that's when he speak to you. He can speak to you now. He can talk to you. He can mold you. He can guide you. And you can hear that voice. And sometimes you turn Muslim. They turn Christian. You start to go to church. You start to, even if you come out here and do the wrong thing again. You see what I'm saying? Well, he who has started a good work in you will not leave you until it's finished.
Say that again.
He who has started a good work in you will not leave it until it's completed. So I felt like from the beginning of my life, the stuff that God took me through was to get me to this point right here. So I can be able to speak from experience to have these type of conversations. So I can speak from experience when I'm talking to guys like the guys that we talked about in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, I've been in their prisons growing up. I've been in their prisons when they was being pre-programmed. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Had I been who I am now, I could have told him something different. You see what I'm saying? I could have showed him something different. I'm just speaking from a personal perspective. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
my pre-programming, because the OGs and the people that pre-programmed me, I couldn't teach them nothing because I ain't know nothing.
Exactly.
But now I've been experienced. I know, man, you don't have to go. I thought you had to go to prison because the people I saw came from prison. They brought them clothes. The girls was loving them because they had them buffed up a little bit. They was bright in the face. They had waves in their head. The girls went crazy. People brought them clothes and cars. I was
Oh, you talking about fresh out of jail?
Yeah, so I'm like, see, it ain't no thing to go to jail. All thing you're gonna do is have a couple fights. If you make it, you come home a different person. But see, nobody told me that, hey man, your grandma gonna die when you back then. You ain't gonna be able to go to the funeral. Right. Nobody didn't tell me that. See that little girl that you was in love with, that you couldn't, yeah, she gonna start messing with somebody else. She gonna leave you. They didn't tell you all that. You see what I'm saying? They didn't tell you, hey man, when you come home, ain't nobody really gonna give you that. That's just for a certain group of people. You see what I'm saying? Tell you all that. So experience, I can tell those little guys now, you don't have to go that route, man. You can do all the stuff that you're gonna do in prison, you can do it here. You can learn to improve yourself. You can re-educate yourself. You can reprogram yourself. You spoke about the dudes that come from prison and they start driving trucks and they start doing this type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Man, some of the things I'm doing right now, I could have been did this.
Right.
I could have did this 10,
your mindset wasn't there.
You see what I'm saying? But God had a different plan. I had to go through the fire. I had to go through the things that I went through to be able to come here and have these type of conversations. Because now I can stop somebody else from going through it. You see what I'm saying? So the only way it was all for nothing is if you don't use it.
Take action.
Right. So some and the way the world is today, some gotta go to prison. Some gotta go to the graveyard. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Some are unreachable. That's just the way it is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But for those that don't want to go that route, I know a program that helped reprogram me, re-educate me to what now I see things way different. I try to use the platform that I have to speak that message because I know a lot of people that's from my area, from my neighborhood that can say, man, if he did it, then I know I can do it. Because now you get to see a vision. I ain't never saw nobody from my neighborhood that talked to me like this here. They told me all the wrong stuff. From the OGs, I had a few guys that told me, man, that ain't you, but that, man, you shouldn't be doing this here. How you gonna tell me I shouldn't be doing this here and you doing it?
But I can't, but I think in my situation, that's all they ever told me, not to do this, not to do that, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah, that's all, but never, that's what they said. Don't do this. How I'm gonna get them new J's? How I'm gonna get them Guess G's and them True Religions, and how I'm gonna, how I'm gonna get them Baby Napes, and how I'm gonna get this stuff right here if you telling me don't sell this crack? Who gonna buy it?
You gotta go work at Burger King. We had to go work at Burger King.
My mama smoked crack. My daddy smoked crack. My aunties and uncles smoke crack. My sisters and brothers all sell crack. How am I gonna get this stuff? I can't go work at Burger. I tried to work at McDonald's, Popeyes.
Oh, you did get a job at Popeyes?
I tried the Popeyes thing, but I was.
What happened?
You gotta realize before my mama started, doing her thing, smoking crack. My mama was one of the biggest drug dealers in the project.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So as a child, I had everything. I had 5 of probably everything. You see what I'm saying?
How you get a job at Popeyes?
High school. My sister, I'm living with my sister, made me get a job. So I'm out there. I'm trying to do the right thing.
How long you stay?
Huh?
How long did you stay working at Popeyes?
Man, a couple months, bro. But they had this girl, right? They was older than me.
Right.
She was older than I was, and so I used to like her, right? I liked her. I liked her. I had a crush on her, right?
Right.
And it's the exclusive I'm giving you right here, bro. I told you got to read the book to get this here. But anyway, look, I used to like her, right?
Right.
So she was older than me, though.
Right.
She had a boyfriend. I don't know if it was her boyfriend or just a dude, that but he had one of them, you know them the little like the Delta 88, the short one.
Yeah.
He had one of
Regal?
them, right? He had one of them with some sound in it. So he used to come with his partners. It was her and her friend that worked there. And he used to come through the drive-thru with his partners in the car, with the music bumping to get free chicken and stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was the fryer back there. You know, I just fried
Yeah.
chicken, right? So she'll come tell me, look, fix for him. I used to be mad at him because I was like, man, this nigga come to get the free chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he got my girl.
And he got the girl. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I can't be messing around frying no chicken, man. I gotta do something. And I knew about selling crack because, like I said, all my people sold crack.
Right.
They ain't never made me do it, but I was listening and watching.
Absolutely.
Man, so one day I'm back there frying that chicken, throwing that chicken in the grease, and man, I threw it too hard, and the grease popped up and popped on my own, and kind of like gave that burn light. I was already, my mindset been telling me, get up out here, you heard me? Get out here. Man, I threw that chicken in there and that grease popped on my hand, bro. But I snatched that cape off and walked out the door. You heard the manager, where you going at? Man, I quit, man. I'm gone. I left it from that day forward. It was on, you heard me? It was on.
Hey, you sound like remember on Scarface when them boys washing dishes. You clean it up through the thing. And that's another thing. I don't think I ever just quit a job either.
Man, look, the next time I saw that girl, the next time that girl saw me, I had a Cutlass Supreme, the Days and Bows on it. You heard me? Yeah, it was on. I was up. You heard me?
Another menace to society thing.
Man, I was up. So in prison, I used to think about all this here. I said, man, the pre-program messed up my whole life. You heard me? Because if I'd have not made them decisions,
right,
I don't end up here. If I could reverse the time, but again, that's the program. You know what I'm saying? The program was different. So working was out the case. I couldn't do nothing working. I got a hold of that lifestyle there, and it was all it took. That was it. I thought I was too smart to get caught.
Now look at what you just said, right? Like with my situation, when I entered, like this years after the music, because remember, I hustled all through it. But when I entered that workforce, that was the belief system that clicked in my mind. Because America told us that. Get the job, the house, the 2 cars, a dog, and a white picket fence.
Yeah, that's that American dream.
But a lot of people that's in the workforce right now still operating under that belief system. And that ain't it right now, bro.
Yeah, that's what they said. Again, that's what they sell you, especially as a black man.
But imagine being sold that for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years till you try to retire. You end up with nothing.
They've been selling you that since your first day of school.
The
first day you walked into school, they were telling you, they were showing you that. But what I'm saying is, like, now we learning to re-educate ourselves. I didn't walk the path. So now when I learned how to recognize my thoughts, how to change my own thoughts, I recognize now how the subconscious mind works. I recognize that this thing just don't happen. This thing called life, it just don't just happen. You know what I'm saying? It's going to you're going to be controlled by something else or you going to control it.
Absolutely.
I just was moving off impulse. I was moving off feelings and emotions. The emotions that I had for that girl, the feeling I felt from that grease, all of that just played a part in me moving off emotions. See, now I know I can care less about that clown in that coat or that girl. You see what I'm saying? Because I know what that brings. I know you don't make them decisions, them lifetime decisions based off of them temporary emotions. You see what I'm saying? Because chances are I wouldn't have been here to even have these conversations with you. I could have had life in the penitentiary. I could have OD'd somewhere on some stuff that anything could have happened. I could have been shot up in one of them alleyways, them dog alleyways, somebody trying to rob me. Anything could have happened.
Thanks.
Based off of what set that in motion.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? See, now I can recognize that, hey, man, let's think about this thing. Let's play the tape all the way through.
Right.
So if I put myself back in that situation again, like I can go to the past, I can tell myself, all right, let's think about this thing. That girl don't even like you like that. You know what I'm saying? She don't even recognize
You ready to, hey, but hold on. You ready to crash out. And I'm gonna say that with this being said. Did you see the dude off the lady was old lady then went and gun?
I couldn't have never told you how that dude looked, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably ain't never paid attention to him. My mind was on the call.
No. This is something that happened last week.
What?
The dude killed his old lady online, then he killed himself.
No, I ain't seen nothing about that.
Yeah, man. The social media, but these people losing their mind out here. Cousin, she had exposed them online or something. They were arguing, going back and forth. You feel me? So with them going back and forth, you know, everything was all good for a little while. Shit, within a couple minutes, she was about to expose that boy for setting one of his partners up or something. Man, that man killed that girl online, dog. Then he jumped in the car and went and gunned this, shot himself.
Man, see that type of stuff, that be knowing that, man, the social media thing crazy, man. People can use it for the wrong. And like, I'm glad you mentioned that, because even on my platform, like, that's why I don't want. We ain't dealing with no messy stuff. We ain't doing no exposing nobody. I ain't trying to, none of that. You know what I'm saying?
All that toxic behavior.
Yeah, none of that acting like no, I'm a homosexual or a punk or whatever they call them these days. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no acting like that. Ain't talking like that. Ain't playing that game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, I'm not with the messy stuff. This is not where you come in. Because I don't care about your business like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not invested like that. Now, it's strictly dealing with
mindset.
You know what I'm saying? How you can get from there to here, become a better person. You know what I'm saying? But the world, they won't hear that. They won't hear that. And everybody can't take it. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't react to exposure the same way.
Exactly.
Because this person, you said that about this person, and this person just took it like that and got back on the internet and went back and forth with you about it, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't react like that. Some people gonna say, look, I'm gonna take action. So therefore, in my situation, I don't even want, that's not even something I want on the platform, bro. And you gotta be careful with this social media thing, man, and how you use it. Because it can create problems for you outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is, though, man. But these topics that we just discussed, man, it all boils down to how the mind frame works and what mindset you in. And you go through different situations and some situations you can't come back from. Sometimes reacting off impulse, reacting off emotions, puts you in a situation that you can't come back from.
And that's why I say always, I try to tell these cats, always mentally respond instead of emotionally reacting. You feel me?
You gotta play the tape all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Even no matter, you know what?
Hey, look, some of these, you remember how when you used to put the tape in and then it'll come unwind?
Yeah.
Some of these people tape that came on.
Yeah, some tapes that came loose. You know what I'm saying? Some of them pops. You know, because some of them, sometimes you stop it in the middle of the message. You know what I'm saying? So I learned to, man, trust and mess me up. Trust and did me something that I don't like. I don't like the way he did that.
Absolutely.
When I see him, I'm his on site. You know what I'm saying? I got to think about, yeah, man, it's on site. But what if this happened? This go like that, and you get to lose. You know what? Now, whatever Trust did don't even matter to me that much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not dealing with him no more. I can cut him off. Change. He ain't got to call my phone no more. We ain't got to have no type with none of that.
When I say, hey, look, what I say is, if that's how much it costs to get rid of them, let them folk keep that.
Let them keep it. You know what I'm saying? That's where, excuse me, but that's where my thing at, man. And that's the reason for me being on this internet. That's the reason for the podcast. By the way, you know, the Power of Positive Thinking podcast. Go check it out. Go like them videos. Go check the message out. You know, don't worry about how the messenger look. You know what I'm saying? But check the message.
Boy said, don't worry about it. Hey, man, I done got up here, blade on my face, man. I'm chilling. I got to go to the barber shop tomorrow, though. But, man hey, everybody getting old. That's the problem with a lot of these folks. They like hiding from who they are.
Man,
I ain't hiding from who I am.
The one thing I just, man, my BG, right?
Who?
BG.
Oh, the rapper.
Out of all the things I heard BG say, out of all the raps I heard BG rap, he said the smartest thing I ever heard him say. And shout out to BG, man. Ain't no, but dude say, old me outliving dummies. Boy,
say that again.
Old. They say you getting old. You just mentioned about getting old.
Absolutely.
He said the acronym is outliving dummies.
Absolutely. There it is. And with that being said,
correct. That right there solidified his whole career to me again. You feel me?
There it is.
I was like, yeah, man, that's what it is.
I'm about to post that on Facebook right now.
Man, you gotta outlive the
dummies.
Because listen,
stop being stupid out here, man.
Because listen, let me give you the game before we go, bro. If you lay up there, they always say that it's two things in the game that happen. There are only two roads. One lead to debt and one lead to the penitentiary, right?
Right.
What I come to realize in today's world that there's another road that they didn't talk about.
What road is that?
This is the road if you make it. If you don't go to prison for the rest of your life and you don't get killed on the street, but you wake up and you 50 years old, 55 years old, 65, 60 years old, 70 years old, and you haven't reprogrammed your thinking to do something different, and you live and you can't do nothing, well, your life, that's hell, man. That's hell to survive the game. Didn't re-educate yourself. You operating on the same program that you operated on for 40, 50 years.
I'm gonna tell you like my boy Les Brown said, many die at 25, but don't get buried until they 75.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's a real thing, man. You can die and these days, you can die at 18, 15, and don't get buried till you 75. Because the worst thing ever is to be an old man with nothing. You can't go hustle no more. You can't carry no pistols no more. You definitely can't go back to prison no more. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, what you gonna do? What you do? That's miserable. Now you got to live out the rest of your days waiting on a Social Security check or something. You probably ain't gonna get that. How you gonna pay the
You
bill?
better have some health insurance too.
Right now, bro. Right now, I own an independent living program / group home. Right. I see a bunch of mentally ill people all day, every day, bro. And some of the same behaviors, a person to look at those people and say, oh, he crazy, he this, he that, he this. But I see some of the same behaviors in people that think that they sane. They think that they have it all together, but they display the same behaviors as somebody that's been diagnosed. And that's why I look at things the way that I look at things. Because this is what I do all day, every day, man. And the worst thing that can happen to somebody is for you to lose your mind. If you lose this,
you lose everything.
Nothing else don't matter. I don't care.
You can't shake nothing without your mind.
The Rolex watch don't matter.
None of it.
The Benz don't matter.
None of it.
The house don't matter.
None of it.
You in a room, you sitting in a room in the house, and you just like this.
Quiet.
But you got a big old house, though.
Come on. And you got about 4 cars.
In the process of gaining these things, you lost your mind.
Facts.
Man, that's the worst thing to happen.
Absolutely.
Now I understand when they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Because if you lose it, it's over with. Ain't no shaking back from that.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I have to guard my thoughts at all times. Like we was talking about yesterday when I said, man, you have to do the work. You have to wake up every morning and choose the thoughts that you want to think. You have to choose it, because if you don't choose the thoughts, then the thoughts operating off the pre-program. It's operating in default mode. So if you don't control it, somebody control it. So what I'm aiming to do,
start controlling your thoughts.
I try to spend every day controlling my own thoughts, man.
Thanks.
I need to control my own thoughts. I try to, because this is what shapes my reality.
Your thoughts.
Again, that's the way that this whole thing works, man. If you don't take control of your own thoughts, if I choose the thoughts that I want to think, then I can be happy every day if I choose to. I can
Just don't choose to.
I can be the richest person in the world if I choose to. It's all up to me. Oh, I can be a peasant if I choose.
A peasant?
Yeah. If I choose to.
Ain't no future in being no peasant right now, dog.
There's no future in being a peasant. So guess what? I gotta create the life that I want. And like I said earlier, man, I'm making content. The content is to inform the people, to educate, and that's my aim. That's the people that I'm aiming for. The ones that wanna do something different. I'm trying to read these comments that's coming up on the thing, man. I see. I can't read them. You can see them.
Yeah, I can see on my end.
Yeah, I can't really see them. But
That's why I told you better go to and shout out to America's Best. Go on and get your eyes checked.
Nah, I think it's because it's like it's live on your thing, not mine.
Yeah, it's live on my end.
Yeah, so I can't see. I see something, but I can't read what it is. But I already did that. I go get my glasses right now, man.
You see on the screen. Look on the screen. I just learned how to do that. I gotta get good with that.
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't see what it is though. You see what I'm saying? I can't see what it is. But yeah, though, man. So that's what it is, man. And shout out to me. Like I said, go look at the Power of Positive Thinking podcast with Dennis November. I'm Dennis November. I'm the host and creator of that podcast.
Absolutely. What's your website? Your social media, your Instagram, and your other thing.
Man, Dennis November. At Dennis November on YouTube, on Brian L page on Facebook. So on Instagram, all that stuff is the same. So just rock with me, man, and we're gonna rock out, man. And I'm trying.
And look, I want to tell y'all, my people that rock with me. I know we ain't been screaming a lot, but we're gonna start screaming. It's just we got a lot of stuff going on outside of the internet, so we're not making that. Well, I'm not making no excuse, but I'm gonna make a commitment to try to pop up on y'all at least once to twice a week, so we can get some, get some dialogue. And I want y'all to engage with what we got going on too. Get in the comment section. I drop the link, bring you up, man. We can talk. Let's talk about it. You feel me? So whatever y'all want to talk about, whatever y'all want to discuss, man, y'all welcome to join the platform. Y'all welcome to come in the room with us and let's build.
Yes, sir. So on that note, man, I'm gonna go ahead on and get up out of here because this phone ringing off the hook, bro. I got people trying to do some stuff.
I'm finna give me something to eat too. Lay down.
They think I'm missing in action, man. So yeah, though, man, let's do this again, man, tomorrow.
I got you.
Y'all can meet us here tomorrow with some more topics or whatever it is, man. And we gonna continue to do what we do. Once again, I'm your boy Dennis November. I don't know who's gonna do it. I don't know how it's gonna get done, but I'm just here to let y'all know what I did. That's all.
Exactly. And with that being said, we out.
Peace.